Welcome back to the Vegans Explore podcast. I'm your host, Sean A. Russell. Today, we're diving into a moment that deserves to be talked about around the world. The evolution of vegan bodybuilding is entering a historic chapter, and at the center of it is Torre Washington. He is set to become the first natural vegan bodybuilder to qualify for the Mr. Olympia stage in September 2026. This is more than a personal accomplishment. This is a global statement about what vegans are capable of. When we talk about vegan athleticism, Torre is in a class of his own. His physique, his message, and his discipline have made him one of the most respected figures in the vegan fitness world. And now, he's entering an arena that represents the highest level of bodybuilding. To step onto the Olympia stage as a fully plant-powered natural athlete sends a clear message to the world. It tells the fitness industry that vegans are not limited. It tells young athletes that they do not have to compromise their values to compete. It tells critics that strength and compassion can coexist. Most people still believe vegans can't compete at an elite level in a sport built around size, symmetry, conditioning, and strength. Torre's presence on that stage directly challenges that belief. It is historic, it is symbolic, and it deserves amplified recognition. As Vegans Explore continues to grow into a global movement, we'll be in Las Vegas in 2026 to support Torre and to celebrate this moment in history. This stage is not only for him, it's for the entire movement. In this clip from our interview with Torre from way back in 2018, he shares his motivation for becoming a bodybuilder.
When we moved back to South Florida, I remember my mother bought me a bench and a dumbbell, and I started to work out with that. And I started working with a friend in middle school, and then he decided to truly take it on to that level of competing. I wanted to, but I was thinking, we're like 16, competing? What are you talking about? I didn't realize that, there's teen competitions, and to this day, I don't know whatever happened to Richard Tirico. I don't even know if he still competes or what he's doing. But that change moved me into, I kept working out in high school, reading magazines, studying about bodybuilding, how it worked, and how to build your physique. And what made me learn how to build that physique was I started watching Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Got into Commando and The Predator and saw that how he built his physique was off of bodybuilding. So I started reading more of his stuff. And honestly, I was reading this stuff and not really saying, okay, I need to eat this amount of protein. It was just kind of like, just eat what you need to do in order to build muscle. Because, it wasn't so scientifically focused back then. And graduated high school, still working out, went to college, working out. And about 2008, one of my friends from South Florida, we were talking, and he contacted me. He said, hey, one of our boys he's competing now. And I was truly surprised. This surprised me because I never thought he would actually compete. So he ended up moving to Atlanta, and he had a competition in Atlanta. And I was in Alabama, so it was about an hour and a half drive. I decided to attend his competition. And Sean, seeing him on stage, and then he won a pro card that day after he had been competing for a long time. He got off stage, and I saw his body, dude. Like we were all in this room. He took a shower. He came out. I said, damn, he looks like a superhero. Chiseled abs, everything was in place. And I said, okay, I want to compete.
Wow.
That moment gave me that decision to say, you know what? I just want to compete. I don't want to end my life saying, I wish I had done it. Because I think so many of us we don't do things in life. And by the end of it, we say, man, I wish I did this. Oh, I wish I had done that. I didn't want to end my life saying, I wish I had. And so I said to him, I want to compete. And he said to me, you're vegan. I said, and? I didn't think it mattered because I thought I looked amazing. I had muscle on me. I looked good for a guy that's, just in the gym. Now I didn't know what it took in order to get on stage. That's why I asked him, to help me. He said, well, this is what you're going to do. Tell me what you're eating. And when he saw what I was eating and how I looked, he was actually quite surprised because he said, how are you so lean but eating that? because it was still, being a college student, just bachelor in the workforce, you're pretty much just getting stuff you can warm up. So I was getting vegan deli slices, vegan burritos, eating tofu in a skillet, doing things like that, just simple stuff just to kind of fill my stomach and so I can go work out, drink more. I wasn't drinking enough water. I was drinking water, but not that much because I never drank anything else. I wasn't into drinking sodas, juices, and stuff of that nature. So once I did my first show, Sean, in 2009, I got third place. And to me, that was an accomplishment because I was on stage with about 9 guys. And I said, damn, okay, this vegan just got third place out of all of these people.
That was your first time?
First time.
Wow.
And I asked the judges, I said, okay, how come I didn't get like second? Because when the first place guy walked into the bathroom, Sean, we all knew he was first place. He walked in and we were like, is he going to be in my class? I hope not. He looks taller than me because, it was based off of height. And so I was thinking he wasn't going to be in my class, but he ended up in my class. And he ended up winning that division, that class that day. But the second place guy, I was kind of concerned. And I talked to the judge and the judge told me because I wasn't flexing my legs long enough, like my conditioning wasn't there. Conditioning is how you look. And also you're conditioning with how long you can hold something for a certain amount of time. I don't know if it's the same thing. So I had how to hold that pose. So I had to learn how to hold my poses for longer because the judges are constantly looking at everybody. And so if they look at someone, they look good for a second and they come back to you and you're not, they like think, oh, damn. Because I could have just relaxed too much. And that's what he told me. He told me I wasn't standing on my legs, meaning I wasn't flexing my legs long enough to showcase that I did look better. And I learned from that day, I'm going to pose my ass off and I'll be ready for the next time. And so that next time around, it was a different show, 6 months later, but similar judges. I ended up winning my class, more guys, and I ended up winning the entire competition because the entire competition was won by the overall. The guy of each class goes up against each other, and that person is the overall winner that wins out of all of those guys. And I was me.
Oh, wow.
And I got my first pro card that day, and I was like, okay, I think I found out what I like doing.
To everyone listening, remember that the Vegans Explore podcast is releasing new episodes every day until World Vegan Day 2026. Our goal is to educate, inspire, and strengthen the global vegan community. Share this episode with someone who needs a reminder of what's possible on a plant-powered lifestyle. I'll see you on the next one.